morning. I am your news anchor for the day. My name is Joseph Buenabe.
And I am Melanie Morada.
And welcome to 1109 News
Express. So before we proceed to our reporters, partner, let me ask you a question first. Do you have any idea what is Constitution is?
Wow, that's a tough question. So, a constitution defined as a fundamental law of the nation or state. It establishes the character and basic principles of the government. It is also the highest expression of the law, partner.
So additional, the 1987 Constitution is considered one of the most enduring constitution in the world because it has stood for three decades without any amendment.
Do you know that every change in the Constitution in the Philippines, the President released a proclamation to commemorate the date when the new charter took effect? This day is called the Constitution Day. Out of the Constitution changes, the country went through only the 1943 Constitution did not have a corresponding proclamation.
President Corazon C. Aquino, through Proclamation Number 211 of 1988, assigned February 2 of each year as the Constitution Day to mark the new 1987 Constitution. How well do you know the Supreme Law of the land? We listed various vital information concerning one of the country's most important legal documents.
Please welcome our student reporter. Proceed.
Reporter for today, from 1109 News Express, Trisha de la Cruz. The 1899 Malolos Constitution. The Constitution placed limitation on unauthorized freedom of action by the chief executive. The use of the language spoken in the Philippines shall not be compulsory. Establish America's fundamental laws and guarantee certain basic rights for its citizens. The author of the 1899 Malolos Constitution by Felipe Calderon and Felipe Buenasimino. The first Republican Constitution in Asia.
Good morning everyone. This is my report for 1943 Constitution. A preamble and 12 articles contribute of the Republic of the Philippines. 1943 Constitution, which establishes a republican state with a strong executive branch, a subordinate legislative and judicial. The President, who chosen by the National Assembly members from among themselves as executive power. The 1943 Constitution, on the other hand, lists of the responsibilities and rights of residents, mandates that Tagalog become the country's official language, and directs that a new constitution be drafted and approved 1 year after the end of either the Great East Asia War or World War II. Additionally, a unicameral National Assembly was established under the Constitution of 1943, and it was to be made up of ex officio members such as provincial governors and city mayors, as well as one of delegates from each province and city who would serve a 3-year term. Ano Baltasar, I'm your reporter for today from 1109 News Express.
I am Desiree Macasling. I'm your reporter for today from 1109 News Express. The 1973 Constitution. This was ratified and proclaimed by President Marcos on January 17, 1973, amidst widespread protests and controversy. Marcos issued Proclamation Number 1102, certifying and proclaiming that the 1973 Constitution has been ratified by the Filipino people and thereby was in effect. Ang Saligang Batas ng Pilipinas ng 1973 na pinagtibay noong panahon ni Ferdinand Marcos. Ito ay pumalit sa Saligang Batas ng Pilipinas ng 1935. Minungkahi ang pagpalit ng Saligang Batas ng Pilipinas ng 1935 sa kadahilan ng binuo ito habang Pilipinas ay kolonya pa ng Estados Unidos.
I'm John Manuel Castillo, your reporter for today from 1109 News Express. The 1973 Constitution, according to former Aquino spokesman Teodoro Locsin Jr., was never ratified as the process conducted by the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. met strong opposition. The Aquino government had three options with regard to the law of the land. to revert to the 1935 Constitution, but they had to resort to general election because Marcos abolished the bicameral legislature. To retain the 1973 Constitution and be granted with the power to make reforms. This was shut down by Aquino as she did not want to derive legitimacy and power from the very institution that she fought, and to start a new break from the vestiges of a disgraced dictatorship.
President Corazon Aquino, in April 1986, created the 1986 Constitutional Commission or CONCOM, which drafted a replacement for the 1973 Constitution through Proclamation Number 9. The new Constitution, she said, should be truly reflective of the aspiration and ideas of the Filipino people. The 1986 CONCOM was composed of 48 individuals who represented all sectors in the country, including Bishop Teodoro Bacani, former Supreme Court Chief Justice Roberto Concepcion, former Labor Minister and eventually Senator and Foreign Affairs Secretary Les Opol, Ateneo de Manila University President Father Joaquin Bernas S.J., and University of the Philippine Student Council Chairperson, now Commission on Human Rights Chair Cito Gascon. My name is Rick Lawrence with Trinidad. I'm your reporter for today from 1109 News Express.
Good morning everyone, I'm Noel Gutan Jr., your reporter. Did you know the first session of the commission was held on June 2, 1986, when Cecilia Muñoz Palma was the elected president of the CONCOM? The proceeding relative to the drafting of the 1987 Philippines Constitution that is similar to other important legal documents in the country were in no doubt not without conflict. And again, I'm your reporter, Noel Gutan Jr. from 1109 News Express.
Good evening everyone, it is my reporting on RPH. Trivia. On February 11, 1987, through Proclamation Number 58, Aquino announced the result of the plebiscite and proclaimed that the 1987 Philippines Constitution had been ratified. The Constitution took effect on the same day. Thank you everyone. I'm Cadet Diesel Gardose 1109, reporting tonight from News Express.
Lino Brokaw is a filmmaker known for his film that explores social realities. Was part of the CONCOM. However, heated discussion and disapproval of certain provisions led him and other CONCOM members to walk out of the session.
Thank you for all our reporters for the deep knowledge and information about the 1987 Constitution. This has been an hour with me. Again, I am Giselle Benavent.
I am Melody Morales. This is 1109 News Express providing you an everyday news.
Thank you for watching. See you again next time for another hour of 1109 News Express.